Stranger danger! Stranger danger! Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 29th episode of the show Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, as well as the 367th episode overall, titled Trakeena's Revenge Part 1. We begin this episode on Miranoi. We see that it's raining, and the 5 Quasar Sabers are in their rocks. Leo walks up, and he just takes his saber out, yelling, "Go, Galactic!" and he's morphed. He runs away. Elsewhere, we see cloaked figures walking. Leo is now in front of them, and with glowing eyes, they all fight against one another. Are we still on Miranoi? Earth? I don't know. Leo is fighting, though, and we see some monster there watching. He says, the Red Ranger. Alright. Leo is knocked back, and this monster and the cloaked figures teleport out. Leo yells for them to wait, and we do see that they're actually leaving Miranoi, going through a time hole, and now they're going to Earth. In a park, a mom and daughter are playing hide and seek. The girl goes behind a bush, and her name is Heather. The mom is looking for her, and she sees her shoes sticking out from behind the bush, but actually it's just her shoes. Heather shows up behind her barefoot. That was actually a pretty good trick. They need to get going because mom wants to stop by the dad's office on the way home. The Rangers then drive by in the rescue rover off to an emergency, and Heather is super excited to see them. We see a fire in a building, and the morphed Rangers are rescuing people. Carter finds someone in the room, helping them out. The Rangers get everyone out. Nice to see they still rescue people even without monsters around. They got everyone out, and Joel has arrived in Aero Rescue 3, and he maneuvers too fast to another position, knocking everyone over. Alright. He then releases water bombs, putting out the fire, and then afterward he releases a bunch of signed autographs to people. This feels like episode 1 Joel, not episode 29. Joel is now signing stuff for people, and Carter asks why he always has to be the center of attention, and Joel says he doesn't have to be, but he just usually is. Heather and her mom have arrived in Heather's dad's office building on the 13th floor. Heather has a red ball that she drops, and she goes into an office to get while her mom just walks away. Her mom knocks on a door, and then she hears a strange noise. Then those cloaked figures come out from everywhere, grabbing the mom and carrying her away while Heather watches. The mom gets up in a room, terrified, looking around, realizing that she's in a lab of some sorts. She then finds her husband and others have actually been shrunken down to mini size and put into canisters. The monster from before now arrives, and he blasts the mom, also shrinking her down into a canister. The ghouls, as these cloaked figures are called, then start taking everyone's life energy, which is just like green particles that are filling up another thing. It's powering up and adding stuff to Trakeena. The monster finds out that there was a witness, so he turns into a creepy man with a tag that says office security. He walks out and he finds Heather downstairs, telling someone how a monster came out and grabbed her mom on the 13th floor. And this dumbass secretary says there's no such thing as monsters. Have you been outside lately? The creepy man finds Heather, telling her that he believes her. He wants to go see what they can do. They go to the elevator waiting, and as it opens, there's a bunch of ghouls in there. Heather tries to get away, and she uses the red ball to get free and run away. Stranger danger! Stranger danger! The mom and dad are getting drained, and the monster is telling Olympius how there's almost enough life energy here now to restore Queen Banshira's powers. Oh, is that what we're doing? Olympius says almost isn't good enough, and he says it would all have it soon. Olympius offers payment, which is a box of gold. Why would any monster want this? Trakeena is there saying how the life energy force isn't actually for Queen Banshira at all. The Galaxy Rangers destroyed her magnificent beauty, so she's going to blow up Earth. Once the cylinders are full, Trakeena will use the energy to become powerful again. Trakeena and the monster have a deal to do this together, but the deal is off if this little girl is still running around. Heather is in the park now, crying alone, and Carter finds her. He walks over and he asks what's going on. The girl introduces herself, and she looks at his morpher, realizing that he's a Power Ranger. She explains how her mom was taken by a monster, and Carter is like, what monster? He doesn't seem to believe her, and the girl gets defeated by this. Then the creepy man shows up and he offers her the red ball that she left behind, and she hides behind Carter. Carter thanks the guy who claims that kids just have wild imaginations. He walks away. Carter now actually does believe her because he met that creepy man. He tells Heather to stay right there while he checks this guy out. He starts to follow him from a distance, and of course, there's Heather following behind him. Carter grabs her, asking what she's doing. She says that she took her mom, and she wants to help. Carter says fine, but you gotta listen to him. She gets stoked, calling herself a junior ranger. The others are on their way back in, and Chad suggests going for a dive, which Kelsey is totally down for. They then stop the Hummer, and they find an injured Leo. Kelsey somehow knows who he is immediately, and they run out to him. He says he came from Miranoi. How? And he explains that Trakeena has come to Earth. She is injured, and the ghouls try to stop him from finding them. I kind of wish he was just saying the word girls weird, like, ooh, look at those ghouls. The ghouls show up behind them, so time to Lightspeed rescue. The 4 take on the ghouls, and they're doing good, but the ghouls stand up just fine immediately. Well, not as easy as they thought it would be, apparently. Leo then does his fire attack with his saber, hitting the ghouls back. They need to get out of there. Carter and Heather are still trailing this dude, and he hears them kick a can on accident, but he doesn't seem to care, still walking. They're around a corner and he's gone. But now, there's ghouls attacking. Carter takes them on, telling Heather to stay there. The ghouls then go after Heather, and Carter is screaming about this. They get Heather, who is yelling. Here come Morphed Kai and Maya out of nowhere. They hit some ghouls back, and they get Heather free, who just passes out. Alright, probably for the best. They're all taking on the ghouls now, and Carter is suddenly doing better against them. He's impressed to see the Lost Galaxy Rangers, and they say how they just got there just in time. They then realize that Heather is passed out. They run over, and it seems like she's okay. Carter is going to get her back to the Aqua Base. There, the Rangers are all unmorphed talking. Leo explains what happened to Trakeena at the end of Lost Galaxy and how they fought her and she was totes green and then he blew her up. She's capturing people to steal their life energy to restore her power. How would they know every little bit of this? Carter goes to check on Heather and Dana is tending to her. She's gonna be fine. Dana leaves and Carter promises to do his best to get her mom back. Carter asks if she remembers where she saw that monster. She does and she'll show them. Then Chad comes in saying they gotta go and the Rangers are moving out. Heather runs after them and she asks to come with. Carter says no, not this time, but the others nod, so I guess they're bringing her along now? That feels like a terrible idea and, matter of factly, just child endangerment. Heather is left behind in the Hummer while the 8 Rangers run up a hill. The monster is there apparently and he greets them. They want to know where the other people are and the monster says come with him and he'll show you. Leo's dumbass is like, this could be a trap. The monster brings out more ghouls, so the 3 Lost Galaxy Rangers go galactic while the others Lightspeed rescue. They all run forward, slashing the ghouls around, but it's not much. Leo and gang use their powered up Quasar Sabers, and that works a bit. Carter uses his battle booster against the monster, but he gets Carter down, kicking him back. His name is finally revealed to be Tri-Skull, which is nice to know as he's blowing the crap out of the Rangers, and Heather yells, "No!" To be continued. What an absolutely weird team up. Like, what? Why is this team up about a little girl named Heather? And how come it's just Leo, Kai, and Maya? Why did we get zero fanfare about Kai and Maya being out of suit? Why does Leo sound like a completely different person in suit? As does Trakeena. We see the conclusion to this strange-ass 2-parter next time, but until then, may the power protect you.